Hello, my name is Sarah Spar Stubbs, and I'm one of the chaplains at Matthews Glen, and I'm really grateful to spend a moment with you today. A habit that I have gotten into in recent years is that each night I like to go ahead and get my clothes out for the next day. That really helps me be a bit more organized in the morning. I've gathered everything that I need and I know I'm ready to go for the next day. And plus, my husband is usually still in bed whenever I am getting ready, and so I'm not making a lot of noise in the house. I've just got everything ready to go. And this time of year, I have to give a lot of thought to what I need to wear that next day, because sometimes we might start off with a freeze warning in the morning and be at 60 degrees by the afternoon. And so if I'm not careful, I can start the day feeling great, but I can end the day just roasting in my clothes. So this time of year, I have to give some extra thought to it. So maybe you are like me. You give a lot of effort into getting dressed each day and what you're going to wear. Well, I want you to hold on to that idea, because we're going to hear a scripture about some other ways we can dress for the day. We're going to hear a scripture from the Apostle Paul, who wrote several of the books that are in our Bible. He wrote specific letters to specific congregations most of the time, places that he had been before, not always, but mostly. And he was usually writing his letter because there was some issue in the church. And one of the things they continued to struggle with was unity in the church. And so Paul was often writing in ways to help them live in harmony with each other. He didn't want their faith to be a weapon against each other, but faith to be a way to connect us. So I want to read for you from Colossians chapter 3. I'm going to read verse 12. As God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. So I talked earlier about ways that I prepare my clothes for the next day with some intentionality. And Paul is saying in this passage, there are other ways we need to clothe ourselves each day. And so his list included clothing ourselves with compassion and kindness. To me, those things help us have empathy for one another. To clothe ourselves with humility and meekness. Again, to me, that makes space for other people. We don't see ourselves as the only important thing in the world. We see the importance of others with humility and meekness. And then Paul said to put on patience, to clothe ourselves in patience. That part of us that tolerates trouble and inconvenience and delay. Our egos can get so puffed up, and we have a hard time being patient. So just like we put energy into the clothes that we put on our body each day, Paul is inviting us to put on some spiritual clothes each day so that we can live in harmony with one another, that our faith would not be a weapon against one another, but a way to connect ourselves. So friends, when we get dressed each day, we put on our clothes, but Paul invites us to also put on compassion and kindness, humility and meekness, and patience. I wonder what the world would be like if we put those things on every day. I am so grateful to spend this moment with you today. I will see you again soon. Take care.